HitFirstBoxing.com, Bernard, the alien Hopkins. First thing first, Hopkins, Kovalev, Pascal. You know both these fighters very well. You fought both of them. You know the best fight that I remember when you fought Pascal. I don't remember what round it was. I don't remember, but I know you did some push-ups in that round. And it was here in Canada, man. So you just made the guy feel like a young bum dog, man. I mean, the legend, man. You know, put him in his place. But out of both those fighters that you fought, who punched the hardest, man? You speak on it, man.
Well, me and Pascal been in the ring twice, so there was two fights that I got a chance to analyze because of tonight. He's fighting Sergey. When you get hit by Pascal, you hear 2 bells. When you get hit by Sergey, you hear 5. So that should tell you
the power,
the percentage of the power. There's no question. I mean, he can punch, but Pascal is one of those sort of herky-jerky type of fighters. I mean, he really, you see a guy that can throw punches from the position that he throws from and be effective, and that's what Pascal's dangerous at. You come in and you think that, you know, he's there to be hit, and you want to be hit with an unorthodox puncher who's punching from an unorthodox stance. So that's a plus for him. His fight's going to play out, I believe, later on who dominates and who gets to control in the first 6-7 rounds. Or less. I think it's going to be early to set the pace, but I think it's going to be, the foundation is going to be set early on.
Bernard, Golden Boy Promotions. You is Golden Boy East. I'm from New York, you're from Philly. You represent hard. But this year, man, I mean, what's in store for Golden Boy? What's happening?
Well, first of all, Golden Boy definitely have a strong heartbeat. Yes, we're in the process of building from where we at as we speak today.
Yes.
We have 10 years plus experience in the business, and you know, you got to count that in, whether it's one guy there, 2 guys there, or not there, as far as the past. Now, since the past have passed, and we know that things are settling down to where it gets built from where it's at now, to be even stronger in the future. But Golden Boy is in great, right, position right now. And when I use great position is because there are other promoters who is in the game, in the business, to be what? To be the best, to put on the best fights, and to make the best fights, and also to sign the best fighters that comes from either the amateurs or the free agents, and you
Bernard, let me say something from my opinion, my views. I'm sorry to cut you off, homie, because I mean, from my opinion, man, my view, a company like Golden Boy, for 10 years of hard work. Now, Oscar De La Hoya, he had a situation. He was gone for a couple months. You had a person there, a name of Richard Schaefer, that was running things. Now, suddenly, you guys built, like you said, 10 years of building fighters. I'm not going to give you names of all these fighters, but these are fighters that you guys built. Hard work of building these fighters. And then suddenly, someone snatches up these fighters. They all go to a whole different, person, though. We're not going to be naming names, but I think people will know what's going on. And I mean, to me, it's disrespectful. I mean, we all know the boxing business is a dirty business, though. We all know that. I mean, promoters always been at war. It was always on that cutthroat thing where, hey, let me go steal this fighter from this fighter. I mean, people, Abel Sanchez said yesterday, we saw him probably, he said, Jeff, most of these fighters are like whores. It's sad. I mean, you was a fighter, man, and you still is a fighter. I know, Hopkins, you probably going to come back in the ring. I guarantee you're going to come back in the ring because you love boxing. You ain't giving up, man. I mean, Kovalev, you fought 12 rounds. You're going to come back. Let's get back to that subject. My subject is that what that man did, and all those fighters going to the other company, and now Golden Boy, it's as if you guys are starting fresh, man. That you guys start building the company from the ground up, man. Where you guys pretty much lost a lot of fighters, and now you get, I mean, quote me on this. I mean, am I right or am I wrong? What are your thoughts?
First of all, you are knowledgeable and been around the game and understand what's going on or what happened. Obviously, the facts are what they are. The fighters that's there are there. The fighters that were supposed to be there come to find out they're not there legally.
Exactly.
Right? That's a problem, and was a problem. It's a problem for anybody when you think that you are building your company around fighters that you believe you have, right?
That's right.
Whether it's Oscar De La Hoya and the establishments of the Golden Boy, you know, you're not actually worried about whether this guy is with you or not, because you're assuming, you're believing that the person you have to run a store, company, business, or whatever is taking care of those duties. So, exactly. But when the shakeup and the fighters not being signed, it's something that is not something that you blow off like it's like it's nothing. Of course, it's something. It's major, because they riding on the back of your brand. They riding on the back of the minds behind the brand, promoting, taking fighters to another level. But get past that. You know, it's beyond spilt milk, but now you know that's happening, you know that happened, you know that things have got to a point where things have settled. What do you do now from here? See, I take challenges like business,
yes,
and challenges like things that I feel that was done to me, whether it's physically or whether it was business or whether it was deception, self-diffusion, deceit. I look at things like that as being something that motivates me. As a fighter in business and personal life, same lessons I learned. I learned to add those things and those thoughts like I'm getting ready for the fight of my life. And only certain fighters and certain people can be able to transform that mentality when things are being done to you to try to knock you out. Not necessarily, again, I'm gonna repeat, not in the ring, but in life. If it don't kill you,
it makes you stronger.
It makes you stronger. Oscar De La Hoya has that same spirit. Bernard Hopkins have that same spirit. We have a track record, especially me, as a self-made man in this business of boxing. So when I see and hear the things that shook a lot of things up, I look at the remains of what's left. And you can do what? You can complain about it, you can watch everything else crumble, or you can take this like a challenge, like a fight, like any other fight you had in your life, but the biggest fight of your life. If that's the way that you need to focus on what it is to you and how important it is to you, this is the perfect time. This is the right time to be able to now show the world, beyond just boxing, that you can get knocked down. But if you stay down,
you're dead.
You never will know the outcome of that challenge. So I look at all this thing. We can point, I can be on this thing for an hour.
That's right.
Saying it was this person, it was that person, but guess what? Most people know what went down. Most people know what went down. But now, how do you build? How do you fix it? How do you come back as a fighter? Take this as a loss. And I have legitimately on record, there's about 3 or 4 fights that could be arguably debated on whether that was really a loss in Bernard Hopkins' 8 or 7 fights that I have on my record as lost, maybe 4 of them is controversial or argumentative.
Right.
But did I let that stop me? And when someone watched this film, because even my enemies, oh, I have them. Even my enemies, even the ones that fear me for not what I'm saying, is what they believe I'm capable of. And I'm capable of what they think I am, they're right. I didn't let those things that was, to me, pain that moment. But I had to snap out of it quickly, or I become prey to those who want to slaughter me. Oscar, I'm telling you, is taking that same approach. I talk to him. We talk often, especially now. And this is the same, but even more crucial time, because you have to use more than just this in this type of fight. You can't use that at all. You have to use this. And you have to have the right people around to be able to give you the right information. And when you get that right information, and then you make that collective information in your head, and then you go ahead and you pull the trigger, understanding that you live by your decisions and you will fail by your decision if that decision don't turn out to be what you planned it to be. And that's how my philosophy have took me here.
Beautiful. Canelo, Kirkland, how you see that one going down?
I see it be a rough and tough, could be ugly, nasty fight early. Kirkland's style is one of those styles that he's going to be on you, he's going to be over you. Then I think that Canelo's style will make things settle down, as long as he don't get involved in any
slugfest
of Kirkland's passion, because Kirkland's more passionate, more come get you type of fighter, and you can sort of get caught up in that spirit of well, I'm gonna show him I'm just as tough as he is, and then it become a knockdown, drag out bar fight. Canelo has, as far as I'm concerned, has all the ingredients to make this fight not as difficult as it can be if he don't come with the right strategy and execute the right strategy. It's a fight that I believe that people is going to want to see, and I believe that Kirkland know that he cannot stay at the top level as a name and to be in that title shot and that respect amongst boxing people and yourself and the writers around the boxing world if this fight becomes one-sided or he loses. So he has a lot to gain in beating Canelo. Then his name become one of those names talked into the fights that's in that division that's that's so deep, where that, you know, your career is reborn. His career will be reborn if he can pull off an upset of Canelo.
All these years, and at last it's happening. Do you think it's too late, or is it on time? Mayweather, Pacquiao.
Better late than never. I think that when we want something and it shows that we deserve to have it, sometimes what you want when you want it ain't the right time. And sometimes circumstances can justify why those things didn't happen. Well, we know it's a lot of circumstances. There's a lot of opinions why not 3 years, 4 years, or what, 5 years ago, something like that. But we're here. And I said early on, even through the negotiations months back, better late than never. Better late than never. Because my thing is I'm in a sport, we in a sport, you cover the sport, that this sport here has that feeling when a big fight happens, a super fight happens, and the fans and casual boxing fans right now, and people that don't even have any interest in boxing, or somehow heard the names, whether through their radio, through their TV, and they got to know a name or two. And those name or twos are Mayweather and Pacquiao. I really think because of the weight, because of the controversy, because of all of these reasons why and why not, made it to become a real glorified and justified soap opera that's now ready to turn into reality, right?
That's right.
And the reality is, in May, they're going to fight. And so that's the good part about it, is that this thing didn't just start off like the first time of conversations talking about this fight. Now it's happening. So I think the time right now, even though some might not agree with me, is really right now.
And who's going to win? In your eyes, how do you see it going down?
It all depends. You know, it all depends. One reason is Pacquiao, I believe, can match the speed, if not a slight faster than Mayweather. But speed just don't win fights. I believe also that Mayweather has not only the defense, but also have the chin and the ability and the IQ that he inherited from his long, rich fight boxing family, that he can always go to that reserve tank in the information bank, and at any crucial time, like he's been in that position, Shane Mosley, Zab Judah, he made those adjustments. I see the first 6 rounds dictating who will win this fight when it becomes the 7th, the 8th, the 9th, and the 10th. I see no knockout in this fight. But I do see a 12-round Mayweather has to dig deeper than he ever dig in his life. And I also see Pacquiao not having an easy night either. I see Pacquiao seeing and feeling things that he only probably felt one time, and that was when Marquez hit him with the right hand that he jumped into. Marquez didn't find him with that right hand. Pacquiao was coming in, and every time you go into a firing, smoke, burning building,
right,
it's a chance you can get burnt. And he got burnt, but that was only one time and one punch.
He went into it, threw himself into that punch.
That took him out.
Yeah.
But to me, he overcame that physically. He overcame that in his fights prior to that fight. He had victories. His confidence was built. He know he's a winner. He's been winning. He wanted this fight. See, there's a lot of emotions, and there's a lot of don't get fooled by the shaking hands and then talking and smiling. There's a lot of animosity there. You know, you got to look at a situation. You know how long it took me to get Roy Jones in the ring for the second time. And sometimes you can overshoot the runway and be so excited that you have it all these years and you finally got it, and understanding that you got to be just as cool as a cucumber when that time comes. They got to deal with that also. They might not admit it all the way as I said it, but from human instincts or even the fighting instincts, when you wanted something so bad and you chased her for so long, see, you know, I heard about your story, from 5th grade to 6th grade to 7th grade to 8th grade, and you're growing up, and now she's in high school, and all of a sudden you're chasing her a knife in the 10th and 11th, and you finally got a chance. She said, okay, damn it, you chased me for 8, 9, 10 years, I'm gonna go out with you. And then as soon as you get ready to go out, and you're ready, you don't open the car door. And her mother taught her, if you don't open a car door for you, don't go out with him, and you blew it. It took you 10 years plus to finally get it, and you blew it. That's what's on the mind of a person, or persons who've been waiting for something for so long, and you finally get it. Mayweather don't want to blow it. Pacquiao don't want to blow it. And when Mayweather and Pacquiao don't want to blow that opportunity that they've been craving and waiting for, buckle up, buddy. The boxing Super Bowl is here. The boxing Super Bowl is coming.
Last one. Congratulations on signing David Lemieux. When is his next fight? What's the date on it? Anything?
We're working on David Lemieux fight, and I'm excited, man. I like this guy, man. I really like. A lot of people like this guy, but he's exciting. He's one of those guys that, you know, I don't know how many people is going to stand up to this guy. He's grit. He's there, and I'm excited, man. When this fight comes, you know, probably in the summer, early summer, midsummer. But I'm looking forward to it.
Back to Brooklyn, and Barkley. We're waiting for you guys over there, man.
Of course, I love Brooklyn. I love the Barclays Center. It's going to be great, man. And you know, boxing in 2015, we barely in a quarter of the year. True, right? Maybe in March, going on April, right? But look, halfway through March, and we getting big fights, right? Tonight, you know, Sergey Pascal, right? Now, you got Kirkland, and you have Canelo and Kirkland. You have and you got fights in between that we're not a part of, but still, look, I'm about the sport of boxing.
That's right.
Obviously, you know, it would be great if Golden Boy get all the great shows for this year, but come on now. We want people to be successful because we will step our game up as you step your game up. And let's have a contest who step their game up. I mean, see, so I don't get afraid of what someone else is doing. It's like boxing. Always relate to that in life. I go back to boxing. If you're the best, you're the best, and I'm the best, and we both got belts. Let's unify it, okay? And see who's the best. Now, it's a risk. Yes, the risk is you can fight a guy like Sergey and not win. You can fight a guy like Pascal and not win. You can fight a guy like that guy and not win. In that division and not win. Stevenson haven't got it yet. Yes, Adonis Stevenson haven't got it. See, because either he's not listening to his inner self saying, man, I'm looking bad here. You have a light heavyweight fight going on in your town with Pascal from Haiti like you, who's a two-time, I believe, champion in the division of light heavy. People gotta be sitting there saying to themselves, well, I know the man that beat the man becomes the man. That's a theory I still live by. But he's making it hard for me to defend a champion that beats the man becomes the man because of what? Because of not only fighting the people you're supposed to fight, but fighting people that nobody cares about. And that's why a 49 at that time, a 50-year-old at this time, will take on the best, even if it's two more, one more, or no more. That's in my life, that's in my spirit, because I'm cut from a different cloth. Look that up, buddy.
Bernard, you're an inspiration to every fighter out there. Every young fighter I work with, they always speak, man. I say like this, all these years that we've done interviews, and this is, every interview I do, I try to keep it 3-4 minutes. With you, it's always about the 20 minutes or more, and I think I can make a movie with all the stuff, but for the young fighters, so they can learn what really boxing is all about, how to keep that weight down, all your techniques and everything like that. But one brother we forgot about from Philly is your brother, man, Brian Jennings.
Oh,
Brian Jennings fighting He fighting Vladimir Klitschko. He got the fight of his life. Me too.
I will be there.
How you see that one going on, brother?
I will be at the writers thing first the day before, and I'll see you there, right?
Of course, right? 100%.
He's been waiting for this, man. He's been waiting for this. He put a lot on the line a lot on the line. He sacrificed his personal life and things that we do to get where we at. People gonna be surprised. Is it a challenge? Yes. Just don't want to go 12 rounds and say he won just because he went 12 when he's supposed to not go 4, not go 5. But he knows that it's going to be a fight that he knows that he's got to be the best that he ever been. And he prepared, and I've been in the gym and watched him and worked out with him, and he's ready. And let me tell you, one thing about boxing, for anyone out there that's You know, because he's a Philly guy, which he is, and I'm a Philly guy, which I am. Yeah, I'm biased, all that, and let me tell you something. Klitschko, I have a major respect for him. He's a fighter of age like myself. I believe I'm a little older, but I respect him no matter what happened in this fight. I'm a boxing fan. He take on the best. He always took on the best, so I can relate to that. But long as it's a good fight, and long as it become a fight that people can say the next day, Sunday morning, no matter where you live, whether you're in Europe, whether you're in the United States, or wherever, did you see that heavyweight fight the other night? Did you see the fight the other night in light heavyweight on HBO? Did you see the fight? When people are talking Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, days, weeks, possibly weekends, multiple weeks of talking about, did you see the fight? That's when you know that people enjoyed it and they got to see a fight. And not necessarily a drag down, knockout type of, you know, no skills, just swinging for the fence. That's going to happen no matter who likes it or not. But I'm talking about both men giving their all, trying to capture something that they want, and for the time they got into the game, and the one that want to keep it, who earned it, who wants to defend it. I mean, these things got to come out in the ring, and they will. And so I will be down there to witness a heavyweight battle that I'm pretty sure there's going to be.
D-Hop, a couple last words for your fans worldwide.
Well, to my fans out there, first I'd like to say thanks for being the Alien fan, and also, of course, the Executioner fan, and of course, B-Hop. I got 3 aliases because my real name is Bernard Hopkins Jr. But anyway, you know, I'm looking to possibly sometime in March or late summer give the fans something very special. Not just me fighting somebody you don't know. It must be someone that you can relate to in name, and also in prestige of titles and records and all things that the other side has to bring to the table to make it a big event for me and for boxing. So look forward to see something very, very, very unique before the year is out, and also continue to watch boxing, whether it's Golden Boy, whether it's this promoter, that promoter, whatever. Force us to step our game up by asking for the best fights. And the way you have the leverage, you watch what you think is worth watching, and you don't watch what you think is not worth watching. Salute, take care.
Thank you, sir. Always a pleasure.